I'm beginning to understand why so few people venture into these remote headwaters. Even the Pecky Pecky doesn't stand a chance of getting through.
Walk now, because the river is too shallow.
It looks like the end of our ride. From here, we've got to leave the boat behind and strike out through the jungle on foot. Now, we're miles from where we'd planned to start bushwhacking, in a part of the jungle Greg and the rest of the team don't really know. Getting to our search area near the pyramids of Paratawari will require every last ounce of energy. And in the jungle, every step is fraught with danger.
This is an environment where everything moves, even the plants.
And if it doesn't move, it'll bite, sting,
Watch out for this one.
or stick you. We inch our way forward. At this rate, it could take us a week just to reach the search area, if we don't miss it altogether. I always knew we were looking for a needle in a haystack. I just never realized how big this haystack was going to be. I'm searching for El Dorado, the legendary city of gold known as Paititi here in Peru. A 400-year-old letter describes it as a 10-day journey from Cusco. Explorer Greg Dayermenjian organized an expedition. We followed the ancient trails of the Incas over the Andes and down into the Amazon jungle. That's when our journey got challenging. After repeatedly running aground, we abandoned our boat and struck out into the jungle on foot, miles before we'd planned to. We're trying to slash our way through to the pyramids of Paratawari, to the search area we've identified as the best place to look for Paititi. Just when I think we have a chance of reaching it, the rain begins. I know it's a rainforest, but this rain is relentless. We have to move even slower now, and our optimism is wearing thin. Now, every step is treacherous. If one of us twists an ankle or encounters a snake, we're miles from help. We're finding it hard to see even 10 feet in front of us. Greg says that the jungle around the pyramids is so dense that we could be standing on one of them and not even realize it. I think about the Incas in the letter I saw in Cusco. There's no way of knowing how they reached Paititi, or even if their story is true or not. We could search for weeks and miss something just 100 yards away.
I think this is nuts. I mean, there could be a city right there and we'd walk right past it.
It's raining too much. So, man, Greg, what do you think?
It could be that in order to advance, we're going to have to go back, get up in an airplane, get aerial view, plan things from there.
So we could actually get above this.
I think it's true, man.
All right. I mean, we're not going to get through it. So I think the only way might be to get above it. If that's an option, I'd say let's try that. All right.
Okay, I get ready.
The jungle has turned out to be a more formidable foe than I imagined. It's a pretty soggy and dispirited crew that finally finds its way back to the Pecky Pecky. But there's a glimmer of hope yet. Turns out the Peruvian Air Force flies these jungles to deliver mail. To whom, I can't imagine. But tribes do live in some of the most remote parts of the Amazon. We may not have been able to reach the pyramids on foot, but it looks like the Air Force is willing to give us a bird's eye view. They agree to take the door off the plane and slow it down to let us study the terrain more closely. The crew's mood has definitely improved. Slashing through the jungle, I didn't realize how vast it is. It goes on for hundreds of miles. There's one tributary after another. I wonder how many lead to dead ends like the ones we encountered. Suddenly, I see something unusual. Huge mounds that rise up in a way that doesn't look natural. These must be the pyramids of Paratuari. But are they really pyramids?
Well, they're shaped like pyramids. Whether they're real pyramids or not has been debated. Natural or man-made remains to be seen.
I'm dying to get down there and explore them. But they're so choked with jungle, I can barely make them out. Greg spent 4 days here and wasn't able to finish examining them.
Alina and I went there in 1996, the first to reach there on foot and investigate. We explored a large part of it, found most likely natural, but there are parts of it that still need to be explored.
So we may have to come back here one day.
It's the only way to know for sure, to be there on foot.
There's no place to land. I have to face it. This is as close as I'm going to get to those mysterious pyramids. At least for now.
They're great!
Aren't they?
Yeah!
Greg says that the pyramids are probably a natural formation, but there's still a small chance that they could be man-made, maybe even a remnant of a lost city like Paititi. In any case, just this glimpse has given me a whole new perspective on what keeps the legend of El Dorado alive. For centuries, it was greed for gold that led the conquistadors to risk their lives in Peru's jungles. But for the explorers of today, it isn't gold. It's the thrill of discovery. It's finding something that's been lost to history and restoring its wonder for all to appreciate. That's a thrill I can understand.